Welcome back, friends, to Dr. Thinkenshine Goes to School. Today we will be looking at our alphabet. Let's look at our alphabet. Let's look at writing in cursive. One of our young ambassadors had challenges with cursive writing, so I made a book for her parents for her to trace, and I just wanted to help those of you out there who are having challenges with cursive writing. Let's start with A. Okay? A says as in apple. A says And if you don't have a dry erase board or a chalkboard, you can just practice on regular paper. And I made the A for you all to be able to trace. And once you learn, you can make your own variations. A says as in apple. A says How about that? Next, of course, you know, B. B says B, as in ball. B says B. And if you have a parent or older sibling who's helping you, maybe they can do it in dots and you just trace the dots. B says B, as in ball. B says B. Now, it's hard to find chalkboards and dry erase boards, but you can order one online if you can find one. The next, C. C says K, as in cat. C says K. There we go. D. Do some dots if you want to trace them. D says D, as in dog. D says D. I had some parents write in and say, well, Dr. Thinkenshine, I need help with my handwriting also. E. E says as in egg. E says E also says E. The long E says E, as in feet. F-E-E-T. Now we have F. F says F, as in faith. F says F. Yes. G. You could do some dots so you could trace them later. G. G says G, as in great. G says G. So you go up, around. G. H. H says H, as in heaven. H says H. H. 1, 2, 3, then 1. See? Good job. You all are doing great out there. And you can pause this or replay it. H, what's next? Great. I. I says I, as in ice cream. I says I. That's the long I. But I also says I. I says I, as in igloo. I says I. There we go. Oh, and some people will make their eye like this, with a little indentation there. Okay. Yes, I also says I, as in I am special, because you are special. J. was one of the first cursive letters I learned because my first name is Judy. The small J has a little dot on top. Capital J. J says J, as in Judy. J says J, J, J. Isn't that great? What a pretty letter. Thank you. It's also J says J, as in Judith, which is actually my name, Judith. And Judith is one of the books in the Apocrypha of the Bible. We have the Old Testament, the New Testament, and then the Apocrypha. J, then K. K. K says K, as in kitten. K says K, K, K. K, 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 K. Kitten. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L. L, L. A says L. L. As in love. A says L. 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 It's a pretty letter also. Well, they're all pretty alphabets. L. M, 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 M. M. And you could just trace them. You could screenshot these and look over them too. M. How's that? M. And everyone's going to have their own distinctive style. M. N. N. N says N, as in no. N says N, N, N. And we do have a book in the Drthinkenshine series, Casmo Says No, on ways that you can learn to say no. L-M-N-O, O. O says O, as in O. O says O, O, O. That's the long O. But O also says O, as in ostrich, as in ollie, as in octopus. So we have the long O that says O, as in Obama. And then we have the the short O that says as in octopus or as in ollie. You all are such good listeners. L-M-N-O-P. P. P says P, as in purple. P says P. We have purple string right here on our ribbon chart. P says P, as in purple. P says P. L-M-N-O-P. Q. Next is Q. Some people do the Q like that. Q. Some people do it, well, let's just stick with that for now. Q. Q says Q, as in queen. Q says Q, Q, Q. And the Q is kind of like the G, but it's on the other side. See the Q, the small Q goes like that, whereas the small G goes like that. That's the Q, and that's the G. Q. Q says Q, as in quick. Q says quick, quick, quick. I'm erasing the board really quickly. Q. R. R says R, as in read. R says R, R, R. And reading is fun. Dr. Thinkenshine loves reading. R. S. S. S says S, as in scissors. S says S, 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 as in scissors. I have to practice this a little bit. We go up and back down, and small one's the same. It may look easy to Dr. Thinkenshine. It would make it look easy when I do it, but I've been writing for over 50 years, so you'll get the hang of it. Just hang on in there. S-T. T says T, as in tissue. T says T, T, T. Okay, and that's what I'm using to erase this board with, a tissue. Some people may use an eraser. I'm just using a tissue to make it more expeditious. T, U, U, U. U says as in umbrella. U says U says as in under. U says V, V. V says V, as in victory. V says V, V, V. V, 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 V. Could look like a bird if you're not careful. W's next. Similar to the V, W. W says W, as in wood. W says W, W, W. W says W, as in windy. W says W, W, W. Is it windy where you are today? X. X says Z, as in xylophone. X says Z, Z, Z. X says Z. X also says, okay, X says Z, as in xylophone. X says Z, Z, Z. X also says X, as in X-ray. X says X, X, X. Okay? Now, Z also has a sound. Z. Z says Z, as in zebra. Z says Z, Z, Z. Some people write it different ways. You'll have your own handwriting. And when you put all those letters together, you can write a sentence. You can just go back and screenshot and look at these. But Dr. Thinkenshine goes to school. Thank you for joining us on our lesson on handwriting. Won't you subscribe today for more lessons as Dr. Thinkenshine goes to school? We'll see you next time.